What is up, guys? SCARP80 here, and today I bring you guys another Clash Royale video. So in this video, we will talk about what is the best deck for Arena 3. Now, in every arena, you have a specific deck that you use so that you advance in your trophies. So for example, in Arena 2, I had a specific deck, and since I moved from Arena 2 to Arena 3, then I planned on switching decks, but I was just having so much trouble finding a deck. As you can see, here are all my wins with the deck I found. Don't worry about this one. It was against a clan member, and my internet connection, it got lost. But before this deck, as you can see, they are different decks. Before this deck, look at all the losses. I lost a lot, as you can see, and I was under 800 trophies, a lot. So while I was trying to push, I finally made it here, and I was looking for a good deck that could get me far, and hopefully all the way to Pekka's Playhouse. So this is the deck. Alright, so this deck is for when you are beginning in the Arena 3, and if you are not beginning, and you already have the Barbarian Hut, then you probably, I would recommend that you adjust it to this and also have it. So basically, the average elixir cost is 3.6, and we have a knight, minions, giant, goblin hut, spare goblins, tombstone, Valkyrie, and skeleton army. Now, the trick in this is basically you want to overflow any lane, the right or the left, with small but powerful troops like spear goblins and the skeletons, which by themselves don't do much, but when they are in mass numbers, they do a lot of damage. And yeah, if you had the Barbarian Hut, then I don't know, maybe I would switch it instead of the spear goblins, or probably the Valkyrie, maybe even the minions. You would just have to see what works best for you. And let's go ahead and get into some replays. Alright guys, so for this first one, I'm going against Charmin, and from the clan Cobra. He, at the time, had 957 trophies, and I had about 920, or like around that number. And if you have taken a look at his deck, he does have the dreaded X-bow and a pretty good cannon. So I was able to beat him, but let's see how I did. Alright, so we're both waiting for our elixir to build up. He has the X-bow and has just placed it down. Right now, I'm thinking to myself, what the heck am I gonna do? I didn't realize that the X-bow would start shooting my tower before it was too late. I placed my minions down. Those took care of it, but he still got quite a bit of damage onto my tower. He fired for all my minions before I could take his cannon out, but it didn't really matter because his cannon was taken out easily as well. Alright, so I'm placing my goblin hut down and my tombstone, and so as you can see, my troops are going to start attacking on the right lane. He also placed a spear goblin hut on his left side, my right side, so we're both attacking on the same lane. He placed the dragon down, and luckily my spear goblins can shoot up, but my giant isn't going to be able to do much damage, especially with that mini Pekka. I do have an elixir advantage right now, not much, but it's something. So my spear goblins were able to take out that Pekka, and now we are just gonna go against his spear goblins. And I'm placing another hut because the other one's almost out of life. He placed another X-bow, and I placed my minions to counter it. He's gonna place another cannon, and I am also going to take it out with my minions. The minions are really good against these buildings because they can't shoot to air troops, and the minions are also pretty cheap. So yeah, I think I did a good job there. He placed his prince down, which I did not know he had, but luckily I had my skeleton army there, and I'm about to place it. I just didn't have enough elixir, and that should take him out fairly easy. He placed the dragon down, and my spear goblins again are going to try and get him down. The only downside to this was that he does, the dragon does splash damage, and that was able to take out the majority of my troops. But the good thing is that they just keep spawning. I was able to place another hut because the other one's almost running out of life. So look at all my troops just on the right lane trying to attack. My minions, I'm saving them just in case. Oh, well, I thought I was saving them. No, I am saving them just in case he places his expo. So right now I'm just trying to push and push and push on the right side. We have done quite a bit of damage, but sadly he places Prince. I'm going to place my skeleton army, which also is going to be taken out before they can deal much damage to the Prince. Good thing I had my skeletons and my spear goblins, which were able to take him out. We have similar damage. He placed an expo on the far left side, and that's going to do a lot of damage, but I was lucky enough to place my minions in time. He also placed a Prince, so he's definitely going for the left side, but while he was busy attacking, I was able to do some more damage on his tower, and my troops are just going to keep spawning on the right side. I'm going to place some more troops to help them out, and if he places another expo, he's probably going to be able to take my tower down. But luckily, he was too busy defending, placed a cannon down and a dragon. He placed a Prince, but luckily I had my skeleton army just in time, and I was able to take out his tower even though he had an expo and a pretty leveled up cannon. And that is it for the first replay. Alright guys, so for this next replay, we are going against OMID from Telugu Tigers. And as you can see, right as I pause the video, he is just going to go ahead and place his Prince down right away without waiting for anything else. I did not have my skeleton army yet, so I had to place a Valkyrie down. And I'm going to place some spear goblins to do some damage as well and distract him. Now my spear goblins are going to try and get a couple of shots off of that tower. And this guy has a minion horde. So it's not 3 minions, it's like 6, I think. So I'm going to place my minion horde, which aren't going to do much. Luckily, mine are level 6 and his are level 4. But that musketeer is going to get a couple of free shots at my tower. I decided to just let her and focus on attacking now because I needed to do some damage. I'm going to place my spear goblin hut over there and my tombstone as well. His goblins are going to do quite a bit of work on my tower. So I'm practically going to have to defend that tower a lot. But I mean, he could, at this point, he could fireball it, shoot some arrows at it or anything, and it's practically gone. So he placed some level 7 barbarians, which I was able to take out with my minions. He's going to place a Prince, and I am going to have my skeleton army now. So while he was attacking, he wasted his elixir on the Prince, and my troops were able to take out his tower on the left side, which is really, really good. And now my spear goblins are going to try and take care of those minions, as well as my towers, and my skeletons are going to serve as a little bit of a distraction. So right now, we're both waiting for Elixir to build up. He is going to place a musketeer. The good thing about the spawner villages, not villages, but huts, is that the troops just keep coming. As I said, a goblin barrel was able to do the job, and now we are 1 tower to 1. And I'm trying to head for the main tower because, I mean, all my troops are already hitting there, and I've already done quite a bit of damage. So I might as well go for the 3 crown instead of just a 2 crown. A Prince is coming at full speed towards us. I did place my skeleton army, and that should be able to take care of it as well as my minions and my Valkyrie and my spear goblins. Musketeer had no chance, and now my troops are just going to do quite a bit of more damage and take that tower down. So again, another person that had an expo but didn't use it. He had a giant skeleton, and he also had minion horde and the Prince. So I was really proud about winning this one. Alright guys, so for this next one, we are going against Rhino from Team War. And let's see how I was able to win this one. Again, both waiting for our elixir to build up. And I'm going to go ahead and place my spear goblin hut on the left side. And he is going to place a giant on the right side, followed by a knight and some spear goblins. I placed my minions down to do quite a bit of damage to that giant, and my spear goblins are gonna do quite a bit of damage to those minions, but sadly those minions were able to take out my other troops. So he placed a bomber down, which doesn't do much damage to my minions, and my knight is gonna get a couple of hits off of that tower. So my spear goblins and my skeletons are doing work on the left tower slowly but surely, and I was able to place another hut down, but he also placed another giant down on my right side, his left side, followed by a mini Becca, so this could get dangerous. I placed some minions down to hopefully do some damage, but that P.E.K.K.A though, I mean, they practically took out my tower by now, and I'm not too worried because his tower doesn't have that much health anymore, and I was also able to do some damage to his other tower, so I've got damage on both towers, and the left tower is close to coming down. And so yeah, my minions did a couple of damage. My giant's heading towards that tower. So sadly he placed a skeleton army, but since my giant keeps attacking the tower, he was able to take it down. Valkyrie's gonna say bye-bye to those skeletons, and he placed some minions, which my spear goblins are gonna try and shoot down. And they will successfully. My Valkyrie took out his spear goblins, and I was able to place another goblin hut as the other one died. So yeah, he's doing a little bit of defense. Whoops, a little bit of defense with his knight, and I think he's just gonna try and go into the offense with his mini P.E.K.K.A. I'm not gonna be too worried about that, but I am gonna place a knight just in case. I didn't want him to do anything. I didn't want to lose because of a silly mistake. He's going to place his skeleton army, which did unfortunately take out my giant, and he also has minions and spirit goblins all heading towards my tower. He's really attacking me now with his mini P.E.K.K.A, bomber, the minions, and all of those. There are only 25 seconds left, and it's minions versus minions. Luckily, mine were level 6. My giant is heading towards the tower again with the skeleton army. But let's see if they can take my giant out in time. They are. So looks like we are going to go into overtime. And I have a ton of spear goblins, and I placed my skeleton army down, which I hadn't placed in the whole battle. So looks like my troops are gonna head for that tower. And they are a lot, so we are slowly but surely going to do quite a bit of damage to his tower. The bomber, though, he was doing quite a bit of damage to my troops, but my troops are just going to keep coming and outnumber his troops. Even though his troops are more powerful, they're outnumbered, so it's pretty hard to beat an opponent when you're outnumbered. And look at all my troops. It's crazy madness going down. And his tower goes down when there are only 30 seconds left of overtime. That's a 3 crown, and he only got 1 crown. So yeah, pretty satisfied by that. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. I hope that this strategy has helped you out. It definitely works for me. And again, if you have the barbarian hut, then I would change it. Maybe instead of the knight, or I don't know, you decide. See what works best for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and if so, please give me a like, share with your friends, tell them about me, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Once again, SCARP80 out.